Design Fella here with a very quick tip in After Effects. Recently on the After Effects subreddit on reddit.com, I came across a post where somebody was looking for a way to have time-lapse footage and be able to replace part of the building or just put a sign over the top of the building and have it so it would be affected by the light. So as you can see, as it's going through, the clouds get in the way and part of the building gets dark and then it gets bright and then dark again and bright, and it keeps going like that throughout the entire footage. So the way that we're going to do this is sampling the color. So we'll zoom in here and we're going to sample the color for this and replace essentially this part of the building with a sign, and I'll show you how to do that now. So I'm going to bring my D logo, which is my Design Fella logo, and I'm going to put that on top of the building. So there we have it there. I'm going to use a corner pin effect, and this is just comes with After Effects, so you don't have to do anything special, and I'm specifically using CC Power Pin. I just like this one a little bit better. It's your preference really, and I'll just hide that layer for now and then come up here to the Power Pin and top left. You know what you're going to do here, you're just going to essentially pick for each of these where you're going to. Let's just fix these up a little bit better. It doesn't have to be great, I'm just going through quick, but I'm a little bit pedantic when it comes to things like that. So okay, I think that will do, and if yep, it's covering it now. And we could leave it at that if that's what we wanted, but if you go through, it's gonna stick out really, really well. It doesn't look right, it just looks like I just put it over the top, which I did. So how do we fix this so that it's getting affected by the light in the scene? Well, we can sample the color image from the background. So there is an animation preset in here in After Effects for this particular effect. So we can go to animation presets, image utilities, and then sample image expression and drop this on our footage. Now select, I'm going to do up top corner here, so this is similar in line with this part here, and I'm going to change the radius to about 5. Now the radius, instead of just one little point, it's going to get a little sampling and get the average color for the entire area there. So as you can see, if I scrub through it, it now changes. Great. So how do we change the color of this now? Well, we can come back here and we'll go to color correction and we'll drop a tint onto it. So we'll drop that onto our D logo and come back to our footage, and we're gonna just quickly lock this. Now come back to our D logo and open up the effects, tint, and hold down Alt or Option on Mac and click on the stopwatch, grab the pick whip and drop it onto the sampled color image. Now if we scrub through, the background for this sign changes, and we can even add a little noise to make it sort of match a little bit more, because you can just see it's flat, whereas the footage has a lot of grain. So I'll just quickly do this. I don't want it looking perfect because that's not really the point, and it's up to you to get it looking exactly how it is. I'm just showing you how to do this particular thing. So it's looking good, but we also have one more problem, and that is when it's getting dark at certain points, you can see, oh, it's getting dark up here, so now all of it is being affected. Okay, so that's not what we want. and it's even worse here, where when it's dark down here, and because it's still bright up here, it's a very bright color. So how do we fix this? Well, we can duplicate the D logo. Okay, so we've duplicated it. You would think you could just mask it out, and you can. So we'll just subtract, but well, where is it? Oh, okay. It's not really showing because the pin effects don't really affect it very well. I'm not too sure exactly why it doesn't do it, like why you can't just mask it, but simple way to get around that, we'll just create a new solid. So I'll just say mask, and I'll hide this, and I'm gonna do it for the top, and I'll just make it so it's sort of in line with the horizon, or the perspective, I should say. And then alpha mask, and you can see that now that part is actually, I want to subtract that, so now only the bottom part is showing. Great. And I'll feather it a bit. I'll do it to about 40, and just change the expansion however much I need to. So 5 pixels looks good. Okay, that's on top, and now we can have it so this tint is being affected by a color down here, like one of these corners. But there's also another problem here. For some reason, the sample image, if I try to connect a color from here to another, where is it? So if I try to connect the color for the map white on this tint effect to another sample, it doesn't work properly. For some reason, you can't have 2 sample images on the same footage. So how are we going to get around that? Well, simple. We'll just duplicate the footage as well. It doesn't really matter. We can even hide one. It's the exact same footage. Like, it's no big deal. We'll just to top left, and this one can be say bottom right, just so we know exactly where the sampling is coming from, and we'll just change it down about there. That's good. If we hide this, but now that's also being done there, so we'll make sure it's pointing to the right one. So this was supposed to go to the top left, this one, and now it is. Okay, that's still a little bit weird, especially the edges, but just keep mucking around with it and you'll be able to get it looking good. It's already a lot better. There's not as many issues with it, so we may even just change bottom right, and we might just change it so it's bottom left. Maybe that will be a bit better. It's not perfect, but it shows you how to get the effect, and you can work with it to get the desired result. For me, this is fine. I could spend like 4 hours on this getting it to be exactly perfect, but I'm not going to do that. This is just a quick tip, and I hope you enjoyed it. Click like and subscribe on the video and blah blah with the channel. And more quick tips are going to be coming up soon, and longer tutorials that really get into depth with some things will be coming out in future, not just for After Effects, but Premiere, Photoshop, design in general, things like that. Hope you enjoy. See you later.